I just sitting here having a smoke and just decided instead of just sitting here thinking to myself and messing around with in my mind with thoughts and thinking about psychology because I thought about that of people. And when I just hit record and just whatever comes to my mind talk about. But lately I've been thinking about insecurity of people. You know how insecurity and what's the other thing? And not just arrogance. But insecurity in the mind. Can lead to just be aggressive towards other people. Either insecure or just ignorant of a lot of stuff. When you're ignorant to that stuff, I met a lot of people just angry, because they don't understand it, and and they just hate you, or they just envy you, or they want to have, maybe the knowledge or the skills that you have, but they just they're very envious, and it just like it is incompetence when they can't learn that themselves, you know, because you could go, I'm not saying use school or college, but you could watch YouTube videos and like, oh, okay, this I gotta do, but it takes hands-on experience to actually learn it, that as well, but. I don't know what it was. It's just, it's the insecurity of a person that also, it's like one thing follows another. Arrogance is, might definitely be that. Cockiness. I talk about you gotta have pride in yourself and you like what you do, but, when you're insecure about it, you really want to throw that out there as well. But, we're on, just YouTube, website, right? Just, random thought. I don't know, I mean, when I feel insecure about somebody. The latest insecurity I feel when I started a job at Amtech 2016. I had to use the GPS about finding, different streets, this and that. It didn't help me that, my phone didn't figure out, and I was like, it was like 2, 3 o'clock. It was like a second trip I was alone with like 3, 4 pallets, and I didn't have a GPS, but it was like I didn't know the liquor store. So eventually, I don't know if that hurt me or just, I just felt like a little bit of shock. How am I gonna finish delivery? And they told me you come in here, you're fired. It's like, and for a minute I thought about, oh fuck it, I'm just gonna take the truck. I'm fired, whatever. What do we want me to do? You know, ironically then Kwiatkowski calls me, and I don't know, but he was in the managing call, and he's like, what do you do with this and that? So I was like, I know they're joking around. I just didn't know how he know what I was thinking. That was another thing, but not getting into that. It's just, I felt a lot insecure, especially when I go to upstate New York, when I didn't know the routes or the places of the stores. Once I knew them, and it was just like, it's all right. It's a long day. I don't care. Unless I feel depressed, setting. It's like, and it's raining, cloudy, and some idiot that just aggravating me. All of them. It's like, what the fuck? And I got my own issues. And my girlfriend's like being harassed and shit, and I think she's gonna get killed or something. It wears you down. For someone that is compassionate and is decent and actually cares about something like that. You know, God, Bejajona, they say. There'll be a wife. Go fuck yourself. Shut the fuck up. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking about you. You know, and the insecurity I felt, it was just like using the GPS and like freaking where is that store gonna be? And you look at GPS, you look at the map, but it just shows you like the snippet, and you could zoom out and it shows you the whole route, but then you just don't want to take the wrong route. You don't want to be stressed. So I did feel insecure about that. Later on, when I learned over stores, I still use the GPS sometimes, and you just know the stores, what road it is, so it wasn't, it was actually all right, but everybody feels insecure. Does it frustrate you? Oh yeah, it frustrates you, to the point just like you get. I'm not saying you get anxious, but you can get anxious to a certain degree, and you just get, some people say you're nervous. I'm going to use that as a nervousness, but it is a form of it, but it is frustrating, and you might get anxious if you let it get to you. Maybe just so many people instigating to mess with you to a certain degree as well. Because that's how they get you, to make you feel like that. But my point is, it's just should you be angry towards people about your insecurity for other reasons except that? You know. You know, because that's a you know, you're insecure towards, you know, oh, I just talk about the job site, certain things people do, you know. Like you can have an attitude towards that person, you can be angry, you know, you can be frustrated at them, you know. Like why would you want that? You know, somebody like when I first started working, this guy he didn't say he didn't use the GPS, you know, he just knew all the stores. And I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. I hope I'll get one day. I wasn't angry at the guy. I was like, and part of me said, you know, if he can do it, and it's Jersey, maybe I mean, I know I could learn it too, you know. It was that, you know. Did that guy make mistakes? Like he went to the wrong store, yeah. And we lost like half an hour. We had to put the beer back on the back of the truck. Yeah, did I make the same mistake? Yeah. Was there, you know, a stupid drama? I had to go on my own time, get the beer, get the, you know, invoice, and then they try to say no. I have to call the manager, and I call the manager. Like, actually, I went there after work. I wanted to know about that. You know, I recorded them. I was like, what are you guys doing? You know, you like it was like I don't know, some thievery, creepy stuff. Like this girl took advantage of me of that. You know, and she knew it was at the wrong store, but you know, it's like I was kind of incapacitated. I was kind of, you know, messed up in the mind. I was just, you know, going in a shock. Like, not some bipolar stuff, but I was just, you know, I was hurting, you know. So she took advantage of me at the time when I was hurting, you know. You know, that was frustrating, angry, but it's like, you know, 4 or 5 cases of beer. You know, what doesn't, you know, the manager call them and, you know, just, I don't know, tell them to give the fucking beer back what I need. And, you know, and that's enough. I'm just saying, it's like, I try to talk about insecurities that go off on a tangent. It's just too drama and too much negativity, you know? Too much negativity. Including just a lot of people just want to take advantage of people and just criminal minded and they lie a lot, you know? I'm pretty sure that person working behind him was very insecure about a lot of stuff and, you know, had a lot of insecurities and, you know, uh, just very angry and just very, you know, I mean, not attractive at all, but just, you know, as a human being, just, you know, no personality whatsoever. You know, till you pull out the camera, maybe they know, they don't know, and just they get softy, or they just, you know, they pretend something else, they lie. I mean, that's another thing, you know. How about always telling, or not always, a lot of times telling half the truth? And people argue 3/4 of the truth. Who cares? You know, who cares? Maybe 1/4, right? Because it's like, you know, people will tell you one truth and you agree with them, and then they'll lie on purpose to manipulate you about some other stuff. So you told me one truth, and I believe you. You think you know, I believe you 100%. You think I'm that gullible and that stupid? You know, a lot of people do that. I met in my life, you know, and they do it on purpose. Either subconsciously or consciously, it's like they're trying to pull you in, and you know, but they won't lie. They won't lie about themselves, about the other things that they try to cover up for some reason. You know, I don't know if they just plan. It's like that's their game. You know, even in their mind, they'll tell you know they'll think something about you agree, but they you know they just lie so much. It's consciously or subconsciously. It's like how does your mind work that you consciously or subconsciously lie to yourself? Apparently, it's pretty creepy and disturbing. You know, I mean, I wouldn't want to live like that. Not what I'm into. You know, it's like if you're gonna just I don't want to use the word halfway thugs, halfway truth tellers. You know, halfway honesty. You know, could pick a better phrasing about that. You know, but uh, it's like why would you want to go halfway on something? You know, just you know, just I know you're not doing me a favor. You know, of agreeing about something about that might be maybe true because you're not scared to give up. You know, that event or that particular person or that idea, but you will, you know, conceal the others. Your opinion on the other is worthless. I don't even care about it. You're meaningless to me, you know. But you already know that, you know. It's just like, and they just never give up. They never give up. But you know, just food for thought. There's a video about Nick Carter reacting to Aaron Carter's death. Yeah, I mean, don't want to go there right now. You know, they had their differences. It was on camera. You know, and then it kind of, you got a teary eye. I mean, it was just in your face. You know, I can't, I can't be that person that would be in that kind of relationship. I'm not into that. So that's just me. I was there myself a lot of times. And I was manipulated to think like, I was in the wrong. And people make jokes when I apologize to somebody about that. They instigated, like, it was humorous. I mean, that's a form of malice, but I get it. We're enemies to a certain degree. I don't use that phrase, but you hate me. You hate me, and then, you're scared of me. For what? Like, I'm not going to use violence against you. You would use violence against me. What you're scared of? You're the vile. You're the vile. You're the manipulator. You're the liar. You're the thief. You're the criminal. That's why you're scared. And you know what? I'm not going to use the phrase I used before. You should be scared because it's the only truth you have. Be honest or just give it up. Really, that's all it is. Can't be 100% honest. What's the point? Don't argue point. Don't make any statements towards me. It's nonsensical. Really. I guess fear is all you have. Imagine being scared of the known. Like, I understand being scared of the unknown to a certain degree, or being secure about it, right? But being scared of the known, of who you are, it's creepy and disturbing. I wouldn't want to, have that in my life. I'm an honest, real person, like they say. I'm not scared of who I am, and I don't have a guilty conscience. Even though there's people that will love to make me feel like I have a guilty conscience. It's just other people like they just they're sneaky with themselves, and they will sneak a lie into just to manipulate you, hurt you, and put you down to a certain degree. But they get on your side for a particular moment, just to let you slip into oblivion like, once again. Yeah, I'm not falling for that. I could see it from a mile away. Right now, I'll make a joke about kilometers because I'm from Europe, but I don't feel like getting cute at this moment. Probably terrify some people if I start, converting, kilometers to miles. Annoy you, frustrate you, make you angry. Ooh. It's on the internet, and if you ever bought a composition book, it should be there as well. Anyway, I am gonna look up, just Google something on crickets. They are an insect. They are cute in their noise. Have I had a cricket in the house? I don't think so. Was there cockroaches? Yeah, they're disgusting. They're creepy. Even in, Trinidad's hospital, especially there, a lot of there, where people stayed. It was gross. Actually, then I looked it up that it was like and the funny thing is like how you have a website with wrong information. It's like are cockroaches deterred by a citrus, orange peels. And I was in Trinitas and they gave us an orange once in a while. Actually, an orange and an apple. You could actually go to. They had a station where they gave you food. Actual station. You had like breakfast, lunch, and dinner or something. It was actually timed out, and you went to a separate room. But then they had like a station where you could just go there. Like, listen, I'm hungry. Can I get something to eat? And so you're like, well, we don't have anything or something. One guy, actually, I don't know if they felt bad or like it would hurt. And a lot of people, you could actually get something. But somebody said, no, we don't know. To one person, they're a little angry at them. No, you can't get anything. They give you like a little sandwich and you go in there and you go, oh, shed little life, But I remember I used to get oranges there sometimes, And oranges went quickly after a while. Even apples, they had only had a couple, So you have to, go in there and and by the way, they're asking to have a collection agency. They want to pay $1,000. For a couple months, they wanted $2,000. Nah, man. Mommy's gonna pay for that. With your money, bro. Anyway, it's like you'll get this, orange, but I figured I was like, it's an orange peel, and I would just break it and just the citrus would come up, and I would just get a whiff of that. It was just so refreshing, Even in the morning, especially, but sometimes I was just so clogged up, and even in the afternoon, and I was just too, I don't know, stressed. I just wanted to get away. I would take a whiff of that, but I broke them up and I would put them in a cup. I started collecting stuff, uh, like I do here, and I started reusing it. But I just, even food and stuff. But I kept in the cup and I would just shake it, just get a little bit of scent. And I started putting it in certain places. I thought it would deter them. And just certain websites that citrus does, deter all sorts of insects, including cockroaches. There was one or two that said no, it just they're attracted to it. And one website I think they said they're attracted to basil as well. But like three, 3/4 or like 3 or 4 websites I read that they deter cockroaches. So who is the person that's spreading this disinformation? It's it's just pretty disgusting. It's pretty disgusting when you read stuff, you make up your mind, and then there's people just spreading lies about right there in the open. But that one was that the 3/4 of the truth that everyone's arguing about. Because you could just 100% lies on the internet, and, on websites and all that. Who cares, right? When you have your own mind and you trial and error, you figure it out. At least you're trying to learn. Maybe there's some truth in books, or maybe there's actually spreading lies in books right now. So maybe in the ancient world they didn't have everything, but a lot of times maybe they were just a little bit better. Who knows? There were people manipulating them too for their own purpose and greed. And you know what? Crazy thing is, I think I'd rather read a book, just food, and using scraps, peels for purposes, wood chips, cedar to deter all sorts of insects and all that practical uses. Make your own candle or other stuff. Then read this guy's book or his brother's about their life. I don't care, man. I don't care about your life. Not too negative, like I wish you bad or something like that, but what does you as a celebrity and your family arguments have anything to do in my life? The whole celebrity culture also is like, not just too overrated. There's a lot of things I don't want to know anymore. Especially when the guy that died, he had so much time and nobody instructed him. Maybe he could overdose, or maybe he should do other things to alleviate his addictions and have a happier life instead of being drama-filled, angry, and all the other things with celebrity boxing as well. But yeah, just too much talking. Too much talking right now. Kind of want to relax. Shower and scalp massage. Ooh, heard that pop. Yeah. What's always hip and cool, it's not always, the right thing, or the decent thing. Just because it's fun to say it, live that life, doesn't mean it's going to get you to a place where you're comfortable and, you're happy. Yeah, that's why I don't like fake and fraudulent stuff. What's the point? What's the point? I don't fall for that, And, I think, it's just more horrible and crazy and disgusting when people know something's fake and they don't want to admit to it because everybody else is doing it. Or, you want to have, not you want to belong, and that's a form of insecurity, and also insecurity and a form of cowardice. Cowardice on a social level. Like no one's gonna hurt you. It's okay just to stand up for yourself and believe what you want to believe in. Open your mind to the things you want to open instead of being just a fool like everybody else is. But if you're in that tribal mentality, then I guess you cover for one another. I mean, if you cover for one another, I'm pretty sure you hide pretty well. But you know what? You're not gonna hide from somebody that just sees it right through you. Even though you might show anger, frustration, you might pace back and forth, and you're just already admitting your guilt and your insecurity right there. Especially when when there's not really that much aggression going on. Just uh, it just shouldn't be that complicated to begin with. You know, I mean, people complicate things for their own purpose. Just to hide and just not to be put in a certain place, just to have all your little minions, for lack of better wording, behind you. It's pretty disgusting. And yeah, I am a whore of the truth. I'm Truth's whore. I used to be a girl named Truth, like she's a stripper. I mean, if she calls me Sunshine, would I be mad? I'll probably tip her well. I always do. That's my problem. Polish people hate me that I tip. And they always say Slovaks are the worst tippers, but I don't know if I said it or something, they probably hate me nonetheless. I didn't say they, whatever. I just think it's funny because none of them really want to tip. It's like the people that say, oh, those people don't really tip. It's like, I'm like, out of like 10 people, maybe there's another one just like feels guilty because I'll say something at work or something like that. I don't really care anymore, but people hide with that too. There's gonna be the Slovaks, Polish, Chinese, well, Asians, Indian, right? They're Asians, blacks, Hispanics, Latinos that work construction that don't tip, or just Latinos in general, or is just the individual that just has that personality, And I've been through it so many times. It's just that I used the wrong wording and I got angry a lot of times. To Polish people, I told them they are. To Chinese, I told them they are. When they said the Jews were, to the Jews, I told them, I'm just going to this neighborhood. Can I go and buy something kosher? I didn't even say anything because I don't want to be an anti-Semite. And then I try to look at what Semite is, and it just like confuses the fuck out of me. But I know, I just, I don't want to be anti-one. Is it the nose? Ooh. There's a lot of creepy stuff in the world, there really is. But, I don't care about somebody else's physique, this and that. Just, I think there is a correlation just hanging on to your little dollars, not tipping and, buying everything cheap, even if it's stolen, you can afford something better and, everything else. By the way, I don't think flea markets or garage and yard sales are any bad, even though they have cheap stuff. I don't even like to use the word cheap, just a good find. Because if you use the word cheap, people think, oh, what is that, garbage or something? Even I mean, maybe I'm not thinking what other people think, but the word cheap has just a negative connotation. Good price or a good find. This is me not showing off, but having fun. So I have this, I'm in here, I gotta, oh yeah, he sucks. Oh yeah, I'm gonna light my cigarette on my pipe, and this is extinguisher, in case, it gets, I have too much fun with it and I don't know what to do. It's burning. Mommy, help. No, I'm being an idiot, but it's a fire extinguisher. From my belief, the guy told me, either 1920s, 1930s. I looked it up. It's around 1930s, the Roaring 30s or something, and it's legit. This I looked at, and the color was like, if you could tell, I don't know if the camera picks it up. It's a bit rosé, goldish, but I was like, that's gotta be brass, but it does have a copper to it. And I looked it up. It's brass. It's actual brass. And it was damaged here, I guess. So it was put together, but $15. I looked it online. The cheapest one was like $43. Some were like $230. And there's cards I have, basketball cards that are like $900,000. Some people sell it for like $2, $3, $5. I don't know what that is. I have no idea. But would I want to make money off this? Probably not. Would I make money off that basketball card? A couple months ago I did because I needed it. But, having that card brings me back to like 92, 93. And this just, makes me think of my uncle's fire and not fucking a 17-year-old in Pennsylvania. Ooh, I'm an asshole. Ladies, I don't like it in mind. Yeah, it's funny. You shower right and the pits smell. I don't know if I wash them with soap, which you can, but you sweat a little. Like it's kind of hot in here, a little bit warm, rather, right? So you develop a sweat, a stink. Christmas from '92 to 2021. My dad.